Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. KKR has won the second match. They are the first team among the two teams who have been pointless so far, but now KKR has taken the first points of the season. They have won by 8 wickets with 15 balls to spare. And joining me today is Rahul Giri and Bharat Ramraj. Bharat, uh, if we let's go back to the first innings. The spinners doing a great job over there. It just solidifies the argument that Ajinkya Rahane had put forward when we talk about the pitch curation and all of that. But talk about the spinners. What did you think of the performance today?
Yeah, me? Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, obviously KKR have the spinners. Varun Chakravarti is, I think, as he's at the peak of his prowess. Varun Chakravarti is at the peak of his prowess, and someone like Moeen Ali also came good. So they have the spinners even without Sunil Narayan. But it was strange from RR that they, being a home ground, that they prepared a track that was helping the spinners because it was supposedly home ground for Rajasthan Royals, whatever it is. So from that perspective, it was strange, and also they did a lot of strange tactics. For example, Hassananga batting at 5, Hetmeyer batting at 8. I know data scientists would come and tell me that his entry point should be always in the 15th over because he does well after the 15th over, Shimron Hetmeyer. But he is supposedly a batsman, but if supposedly a batsman is batting at number 8, then you are perhaps thinking too much, think or analyzing too much. So they did some strange things. But yes, do definitely, I guess, played a part as well. But still, Rajasthan Royals should have got 180, at least around 180 in those conditions.
Rahul, when you Varun Chakravarti striking once again, along with the other spinners as well. But now that you know what the Kolkata spinners can do on a track like that, on a track like Guwahati's, does it solidify that argument from Ajinkya Rahane? What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely, I think a lot of talks are going around that issue, regarding the Eden Peace Curator and KKR captain Ajinkya Rahane. And I think spinner has been the biggest strength for KKR over the past few years. And this time also, they have Sunil Narayan, Varun Chakravarti. Sunil Narayan was absent tonight, but I think Moeen Ali has really done a great job in absence of Sunil Narayan. And I think going forward, if KKR gets some assist from Eden wicket for their spinners as well, I think that can really make a huge difference for the home team in the upcoming fixtures.
Yeah, Bharat, you speak of some. Oh, one second. There's an echo. I'm just going to mute everyone. All right, yeah. You speak of some tactical blunders. What do you think of Riyan Parag's captaincy at this point? I know that a lot of people in the comment section in our pre-match were also talking about why Yashasvi Jaiswal was not picked ahead of Riyan Parag in the captaincy race. But your thoughts?
In this context, I guess it goes beyond just Riyan Parag. I guess their management thinks too much, analyzes too much. As I noted, if you ask a data scientist, he will come and tell you Shimron Hetmeyer has to always bat in the 14th or 15th over because that is when he has succeeded. But still, you have to see the context here. Every single time he can't bat in the 14th or 15th over because he's supposedly a batsman. If he's a batsman, then his role has to be a little more versatile. Here in this situation, he should have batted at least number 6. The send Hasaranga at number 5, and you're supposedly a batsman coming in at number 8 makes it look strange. Yeah, then other points as well, like someone like Nitish Nitish Rana did reasonably well for KKR at number 3, but somehow they pushed someone like Riyan Parag himself to number 3 when he did better at number 4. So they've made some curious changes. I think it goes beyond just someone like Riyan Parag. I think it goes to their think tank. Their think tank are making some very strange decisions. Maybe they're thinking too much, and that is what is not helping them.
Thinking too much. All right. But Rahul, when we talk about Quinton de Kock, he's been phenomenal throughout this. Has always been as an opener for KKR, but tonight's knock was also very special. He stuck till the very end, and 97 of 61 balls. Speak about his innings.
I think spot on, Gargi. It'd be surprising to see him in this kind of form even after his retirement from the T20 cricket, to be honest. Because when KKR picked him up in the auction, we didn't even predict him to be the first choice opener for KKR. We all expected that Gurbaz to be the opener alongside Sunil Narine. But yeah, things didn't went well for Gurbaz in the Champions Trophy. He struggled a bit, and also in the preseason training, Gurbaz wasn't in best of his form. That's why the KKR gave him the opportunity. Yeah, he didn't click in the first match, but still the management backed him and stick to the opening combination. And I think that's the best decision the management has taken. That shows that you trust on his abilities. So I think Quinton de Kock paid that back, with all in tonight's game. I think he has showed what he has got and how he can contribute to this team, because this team success in the last season is centered around the opening partner of Sunil Narine and Phil Salt. So KKR obviously needed someone to replace Phil Salt, and I think Quinton de Kock has shown promises tonight, and going forward that augurs well for the KKR.
Bharat, how crucial was Quinton's knock in setting up this chase? I think it was a tough pitch in Guwahati and he did a brilliant job.
Yeah, but I think it was set up by the bowlers. 151 in those conditions is just not good enough. So main credit has to go to the bowlers. But he did well. He survived that opening couple of overs from Archer when he was actually bowling well. He was actually bowling well in those couple of overs. The KKR's batters got through those 2 overs, and then after that, kind of became easier because RR don't have the spinners that KKR have, especially someone like Varun Chakravarti don't have anyone of that quality. And with Dew also coming into play, it definitely helped. Yes, he played a good innings, good for KKR, but this win was definitely set up by their bowlers.
All right, sorry, I wasn't able to unmute myself. But Rahul, do you think RR missed a trick by not using their spinners better while defending? It was a modest total, but it was a spin-friendly track once again.
I agree to some extent, but RR don't have such quality spinner, to be honest, because last season they had in Ashwin, Yajavendra Chawal, two of the specialist T20 spinner, but I don't know what they did in the auction. I totally don't understand their auction plan. What was their auction strategy? Obviously, they tried to find some replacement. They didn't get any quality spinner. They got Anandu Hasaranga and Mahesh Theekshana, the Sri Lankan spin duo. But playing two foreigners in as a spinners, that totally mess up your combination, to be honest. But today, yeah, to take advantage of the condition, they fielded both of them. But I think Ryan Parag couldn't extract much from them. I think in tonight's game, and also they lack that quality that KKR spinners have shown. KKR spinners Moeen Ali and Varun Chakravarti were so disciplined with their line and lane, sticking to the same area every time. But to be honest, Mahesh Theekshana and Wanindu Hasranga, they were every time they were struggling with the length, and that's why they leaked a lot of runs. So going forward, I think spin will haunt RR Rajasthan Royals a lot going forward in this season.
Yeah. Bharat, when we talk about Rahane's captaincy and bowling changes, do you think it has a lot of impact on the game? Of course, KKR spin quality is much, much better than RR, like Rahul pointed out. But the way that Rahane, what's the word? Rotates the bowlers, I think there's something special over there as well.
Yeah, you can say that, but he just had to do some sensible things out there because his bowlers were bowling well and the opposition's batters didn't look good enough against KKR spinners. So when you're on top, the captain doesn't have to do much. You are tested when the team is kind of down or when you are under pressure. That is when a captain is tested. He's a good captain. I understand that, but when you're on top, I don't think the captain has much to do. It's like an autopilot. You just give it to the bowler and the bowler will deliver. So that's what basically we saw. So yeah, he's a good skipper, but I don't think he had much to do today because his bowlers did the trick for him.
Rahul, your thoughts? I know they have quality bowlers, but they manage their bowling resources quite well. KKR?
Yeah, I think talking about Rahane, I think one thing that I really liked about him that just after the end of the power play, the way he brought his spinners, using the advantage really well. I think that worked really well. And obviously, as Bharat pointed out, that KKR's bowlers did everything right tonight. Even their pacers as well, using the condition really well, to be honest, because they are not going for that not trying to bowl over 130 or 140, trying a lot of variation, and that ultimately worked for them, to be honest. Even Spencer Johnson, he was expensive in the first 2 overs, but in the 10th he came and bowled really well. He was disciplined in his line and length, and also took wicket as well. So as Bharat pointed out, I think it was a great day for the KKR bowlers out there, to be honest. And obviously, we Rahane's captaincy leadership quality was also impressive. The way he rotated his bowlers and all. Uh, I think so far Rahane has been top notch as a leader for KKR this time.
Yeah. And Bharat, if I were to ask you about Moeen Ali's bowling, because he was good today, and was this a case of KKR not missing Sunil Narayan at all tonight? Do you think going forward this could become a problem? Who do you pick, a Sunil Narayan or a Moeen Ali?
No, I would definitely
Or is
pick.
that clear cut for you?
I would definitely pick Sunil Narine. This pitch was doing enough for spinners. Credit to Moeen Ali for keeping it simple. He didn't try too many things. When the pitch is doing
Yeah.
something, when there is grip on offer, then the spinner has to keep it simple. That is where I give credit to Moeen Ali. He didn't try too much. He didn't try to change his lines. He didn't try to change his lens. But just kept it simple, stump to stump line, and took the wickets. But on a flatter wicket, definitely would go for Sunil Narine. Obviously, how to say, I'm not going to comment on his action, but yeah, he's someone who is very much effective with whatever he does. Keeps stump to stump line balls at good pace, so he doesn't give much for the batter to just line him up and play shots. So I would always go for Sunil Narine.
Let's take a couple of questions before we end the show. Rahul, what was I going to ask you? I was going to ask you about RR's batting actually. What you're seeing from the past two matches is the fact that players like Jaiswal, Jurel, and also Riyan Parag are getting these starts, but they are not converting them, and that's probably is what is hurting RR the most. What are your thoughts?
I think it again, it looked a bit surprising what this team did in the auction table. I think I still doubt their auction strategy because they bought only 6 foreigners, and they relied a lot on the domestic players. And if you see their batting order, full of Indian players, only there is Simran Hetma, the only option, only overseas option. So that means this team relies a lot on the Indian players like Ryan Parag, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Sanju Samson, and all. But the day they will fail, I think this team will really look clueless on that day. And taking the first game and the second game, I think it was very much same because Yashasvi Jaiswal failed to convert his start into big score. Even tonight as well, Ryan Parag was looking great touch, but again he failed to convert his start. Then Dhruv Jurel, I think he was playing decently, but then again he couldn't finish the game for Rajasthan Royals. Or else, I think, in my opinion, I think 180 could have been a part total, a competitive total for KKR. But Yashasvi, Ryan, and Dhruv, I think they would have taken a more time. They would have spent more time on the crease. Then I think it would have really helped Rajasthan to post a competitive total on board. You are mute.
Bharat, your thoughts?
On what thoughts exactly? What's the question?
On Rajasthan batting.
Okay. It got stuck. So yeah, see Rajasthan's batting again. The same point. I guess I noted that they just didn't get any starts. None of the batters got starts on one point. And second is they had a problem at the auction. Definitely, as Rahul said, that they didn't pick any overseas batter, or basically Shimron Hetma is the only one in the top seven who is an overseas batter. So what happens is if you pick a lot of domestic batters, some of them may not be good against quality pace bowling. so that there could be problems here or there. Not saying they're bad players. Yes, Rian Parag is quite talented. Someone like even Dhruv Jural is quite talented, but you just want a little bit of mix. For foreign an overseas batter might bring something different, different skill set in comparison to uh, Indian batters. So I think somewhere they missed the trick there. But even then, they could have got 180 in these conditions if that batted slightly better. Someone like Jaiswal is struggling a bit as well. Maybe he's played so much of Test cricket in recent times that he's struggling to switch formats and play in T20s. So that could be a problem. But yes, definitely they should have got a 180 in these conditions.
And final question, Suman Awasthi is asking, how much is RR missing Sanju captaincy and Butler? Bharat?
Butler, obviously, that I think Butler they should have retained him because Butler is one of their main players over a period of time, and is someone who knows the conditions back home as well in Rajasthan. So they should have retained him. He's done well for them. But I think it goes far beyond the Sanju Samson or Butler. I think they got it wrong with their auction. Even then, they should have done better today, despite messing it up in the auction. I think what happens is if you start losing, then you get into that kind of habit. If you lose one match, it could be 2, 3, 4, 5 matches. I guess that is what is happening to Rajasthan Royals. They got into a bad habit of losing. Somewhere they have to win at least one game to turn it around. Otherwise, it feels like this is a season where Rajasthan Royals could end up somewhere at the bottom of the near the bottom of the table, 8, 9, or 10.
All right, on that note, we'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. So don't forget to join us then for another live show. We will be discussing about Ajinkya Rahane and the pitch curator controversy. Now that Ajinkya Rahane's argument is backed up by the KKR spinners' performances, we'll take a deeper dive into that debate once again. But thank you so much, Rahul and Bharat, for joining. We'll be back tomorrow, so don't forget to join us then. Thank you so much.